Hello, everybody. This is me, Martel. I want to talk about original topic. I haven't done any video on anything in a long time, so I want to get this off my chest. And that is, what's your thoughts on pregnancy robots? You know what I'm saying? Gestation robots, robots that can birth human babies. That gotta be crazy for the next generation. With declining birth rates all throughout the world and all that. And China's coming out with technology starting in 2026. The cost for a pregnancy robot $14,000, which that's pretty reasonable actually. That's literally like a same price as a car basically. So same price as a car, and that's crazy. That now imagine what the kids being born to State Farm government owned kids. You know what I'm saying? With no parents, no family, no connections, just numbers, just data points, just entrapment system. You know what I'm saying? Birthing kids without no family, no connection, no warmth, no you don't have a family. You know what I'm saying? They basically is farm raised GMO humans. You know what I'm saying? Man, Bartel, aren't you disabled, man? You sound kind of ableist, man. You know what I'm saying? What happened that, this kind of technology that they could have designer babies, you know what I'm saying? Design kids that could be 6 foot tall, that could be blonde, that could be blue hair, that could have straight hair, that could have fair skin, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Don't and it's also eugenics. I and it's ableist. As a disabled man, I kind of have to admit it sounds ableist. I kind of have to come out the closet with that one, you know. Anyways, it's mentally baffling. That gotta be some messed up future. Let's say kids grow up to my mother. At least my mother was real. Your mother's a clanker. Your mother's a robot. You know how today's kids gonna be. I wonder how Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and beyond gonna think with babies. Birthing robots and all that. That gotta be a crazy story to be coming from a robot. That gotta be crazy, especially what 9, 10 months, 9 months without no woman. This is also for the red pill, black pill, um, men that talk about, oh, I don't need no woman. Same way you hear feminists saying they don't need no man. Now it's a man's turn. Well, if women don't need a man, now men can just build smug robots. You know what I'm saying? I had to be careful because of YouTube censorship. If you know what I'm saying, smug robots and pregnancy robots. What's the use of a woman? Not being sexist or anything, just say for what it is. It's wild that in his timeline discussed that pregnancy robots. You know what I'm saying? Real live grown human beings. You know what I'm saying? Now imagine what happens if they're can they expand? What happens if they have twins or triplets and quadruples and whatever? You know what I'm saying? That's an interesting conversation I yet to discuss about pregnancy robot. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to have your thoughts in the comments below because this is you know reason I haven't done these kind of deep videos in a long time, guys. I admit, dealing with depression, um, dealing with getting my personal amends out the way and all that. Man, that gotta be crazy. Those kids gonna be mostly stunted too. Like kids need parents. You know what I'm saying? Kids need a loving father, loving mother, and all that. You know what I'm saying? They basically is like homegrown orphans. You know what I'm saying? And that's just tragic itself. I know feminists are mad about this video and all that. It's trendy on social media and all that. So might as well get it while it's hot. You know what I'm saying? If you guys like kind of like videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also contribute and donate to my PayPal and buy me a coffee and all that. And also for my website too at teamhotelclub.com. And I finally want to make an announcement. I got a new apartment and all that, and I'm very thankful. I've been here for like a couple weeks or so. I mean, I'll have to leave my old apartment what would that be? Yesterday and all that. Today is Saturday. You know, I was sad to give up my keys and all that. You know, but I had to miss 15 years of being in that place. You know what I'm saying? Well, on the contrary, though, I'm looking forward to a lot of good things. But anyway, back to the topic. Get my personal opinions out the way once again, and that would be, well, what's your thoughts on pregnancy robots? You know, there also could be, look at factors like what if woman that's dying from childbirth and all that, or have health complications and all that, and this could be, using technology in a good way too, for parents that's unable to have kids or struggle to have kids and all that, with a pregnancy robot come in handy. And either way, it does sound kind of extreme and all that, especially with the birth rates and decline birth rates and all that throughout the world and all that. It's it gotta be a funny timeline that whether if how many kids that grew up from pregnancy robots, how would they see things, you know what I'm saying? Especially they basically being perfect babies, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gotta worry no defects, deformities, and all that. Man, Martell, you're a hypocrite, man. You're an ableist, man. You disabled, but you sound like an ableist. Well, it is eugenics. It is for what it is. Call me for what it is. You know, and truth has to be said, that's got to be a mess up future, you know what I'm saying? Because how will kids that's born from pregnancy robot, how would they, how would they look at things, you know what I'm saying? They got to be very confused. They got to be lost and all that. Depressed, mainly depressed. Because they basically came from robots. They came from humans, you know what I'm saying? With loving father, loving mother, and all that. Don't get twisted. Some a lot of kids coming from mess up backgrounds and all that. Some even come orphans and all that, and adoption shelters, That being said, yeah, this is a very, very compelling topic for me to even discuss about pregnancy robots. And this state of psychotic, especially, is crazy coming from China of all people, They can make a pregnancy robot that could some degree can save lives, Still have human surrogate, what I'm saying, with pregnancy risk, you get sick or die from childbirth and all that. And some states in America, I could be wrong and all that, they do have like abortion bans and all that. I had read a case about, unfortunately, was a black woman that unfortunately had got brain damage and passed away and all that, but they kept her body alive as a, no disrespect, as an incubator and all that. And the baby was born. I'm gonna share that story too, if I can find it in the description below. Yes, we're living in crazy times and technology advances that fast to have pregnancy robots, man. Anyways, I'm out.